FundingPips has already paid out over $200 million to traders worldwide. That's a massive number. And recently, they made some really big changes about the rules. So today, to get you updated, I'm going to break down how funding works at FundingPips, the key trading rules, and how the payout system actually works after the changes. But before we start, welcome to Activity Funding. On this channel, we help you to choose the best platforms that fit your needs. If you're serious about prop trading, make sure to subscribe. Now, let's get started. One thing about FundingPips is that evaluations do not have time limit. They offer multiple account models, including 0, 1-step, standard 2-step, and 2-step pro. And each one has a very different rules. Let's talk about the FundingPips 0 model first. This is the instant funding program. You pay a fee and you start earning a 95% profit split immediately without a trial phase. First, you have the trading maximum drawdown. It's set at 5% and is calculated based on your equity. This means if you're up in profit but you don't close the trade, your drawdown floor moves up with you. It only locks at your initial balance when you hit a 5% profit. This is much harder to manage than a static drawdown where the floor never moves. Then there's the consistency score of 15%. This is real handy for many. Your biggest winning day cannot be more than 15% of your total profit. For example, if you take $1,000 in profit, but one single trade you may eat $300, you're considered inconsistent since that is more than 15%. You will have to keep trading for several more days to make smaller profits to reduce the percentage of that big win until it represents 50% or less of the total. And on top of that, there's a safety cushion. You can request a payout until you make at least 3% as a buffer. Furthermore, you have to follow the 7 profitable days rule. And for those rules, in my opinion, this account is designed for traders who have a very high frequency strategy and take almost identical trades every day. For most people with a standard trading style, this rule may feel very restrictive and difficult to maintain over the long run. Next up is the 1-step challenge. This has a 10% profit target with a 6% static maximum loss and a 3% daily loss limit, but it comes with a 35% consistency rule, which I will explain more in the payout policy. Next is the 2-step model. You need to pass 2 evaluation phases before getting funding, and they come in 2 types, the regular and the pro account. Let's analyze the account to see what you should go for. On the 2-step standard account, Step 1 still requires an 8% profit target, but the max drawdown is 10%. That gives you a bit more space while aiming for the profit target. On the 2-step pro account, we have an 8% profit target and 8% maximum drawdown. So the idea here is when choosing an account is to look at the profit target and maximum drawdown ratio. The smaller, the better. So with the regular, that's 0.8, and with the pro account, it's 1.0. The advantages of a pro account is 1 minimum trading days instead of 3, and you also have the option to request daily payout, so the changes with the pro account are actually worth considering now. If you want the traditional path of funding, go for the regular 2-step, and if you prefer daily payout, you may want to go for the pro account. Alright, let's talk about the latest update about holding trades during news and over the weekend. First, if you're a swing trader and you want to hold your positions over the weekend, you're totally free to do so. And for news trading, while you're still taking the challenge, you can hold through news and you can open or close trades whenever you want. But please note that purposely trading news is prohibited and will lead to account closure. If they see you just scrambling on a red photo event to hit your profit target in 1 second, they can close the account. Once you graduate to a funding account, you need to be very careful about the high-impact news. We're talking about the red folders on Forex Factory. They have a very specific restricted window that you need to memorize. Basically, you're not allowed to open or close any positions within a 10-minute window surrounding the news. So what happens if you break this rule? If you open or close a trade during that 10-minute window, any profit you made will not be counted. And if the team deducts those profits and it accidentally pushes your account past the daily or maximum loss limit, you will lose the entire account. And to help swing traders while preventing news gamblers, trades that are open 5 hours before a high-impact news event are included and can be closed within a restricted window. Profits from these trades will be counted on the master account. And once you move to a fund account, you need to be aware of the risk per trade idea. This rule doesn't exist during your evaluation, but on the master account. Breaking it results in an immediate hard break. The risk limit depends on your account size. For accounts below $50K, your max risk per trade ID is 3%, and for $50,000 account and above that level, the limit is tighter at 2%. So they define a trade ID in 3 simple ways. First, there's the single trade. If a single position hits a loss of 2% or 3% of your initial balance, the account is gone. And second, splitting positions. If you divide one big trade into 3 smaller ones, they count the combined loss on the 100K account. If those 3 positions hit stop loss and you lose a total amount of $2,000, that's your 2% limit, so you lost the account. And third, the 10-minute rule. If you close a losing trade and open a new one in the same direction within 10 minutes, they treat it as the same trade ID. For example, if you lose $1,200 on a 100K account and then jump back into a buy for 5 minutes later and lose another $800, that's a total of $2,000 loss, and it will breach your account. They allow copy trading between your own FundingPips accounts. EAs are allowed only if they function as trade or risk managers. Fully automated trading EAs are not allowed. For example, EAs you buy from MKLFi are not allowed, because traders can buy the same bot as yours and make the same trades. This can lead to crop trading in a large scale, which is prohibited. Certain strategies are strictly prohibited, including gap trading, latency arbitrage, edging, reverse arbitrage, server abuse, and opposite account trading. The region of the IP address you use to purchase your evaluation, log in during the evaluation stage, and trade on the funding account must maintain consistent. If the risk team detects a sudden change in your geographic region, they may reach out to you to confirm or request a proof of identity. Effectively, they want to confirm that all trades are being executed and placed by you personally. This rule exists to prevent trades from hiring third-party services or using signal providers to trade on their behalf. So make sure you keep your login location stable. Now let's talk about payout, which just got changed recently. The minimum payout amount is 1% of the initial balance, and there's no maximum payout limit. For the one-step and regular two-step models, weekly payouts offer 60% split, bi-weekly payouts offer an 80% split, on-demand payouts offer a 90% split, and monthly payouts offer 100% profit split for the two-step pro model. Payouts are available daily or quickly with an 80% profit split. Choosing the daily option adds a 35% consistency rule to both the student and practitioner phases. This rule does not apply to your funding account. For the zero account, payouts are processed bi-weekly with 90% profit split and only when a 3% safety cushion is established. And for now, effective 29th January, risk management rules for all funding accounts, including the instant funding model, now prohibit weekend holding and include automatic closure of open trades on Friday at market close. Also, temporary leverage and margin adjustments have been applied to specific asset classes, including metals, indices, energy, and crypto. Here's the honest takeaway. The zero account is extremely strict and only suitable for very consistent, high-frequency traders, and the two-step pro is considerable if you like the speed and daily payout. For more traders, the standard two-step models offer the best balance between the rule, drawdown, and payout flexibility. And for more in-depth comparisons, head over to our website where you find the detailed reviews of FundingPips and to help you find the best platform that fits your trading style. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, share with your fellow traders, and subscribe to Active Funding for more insights. Thank you for watching to the end, and I will see you in the next video.